Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to Career Launchers MBA channel. Today, in Target 99 percentile in VARC, we are starting our grammar series. Give me a heads up if you can see me and hear me clearly so that we can start the session. We'll start with the question: how many of you like grammar and how many of you think grammar is important? Like grammar, how many? Now you have to give me answers, otherwise, I will not proceed. I cannot proceed further. Do you like grammar and or are you scared of grammar? Send me a heads up if you can see me. Let's start. Okay. So what are we going to do today? We are going to look at rules and exercises. We're going to look at rules of usage of articles, rules of usage of prepositions, and I'm not going to be just giving you rules, we will be solving the questions. You have to answer the questions right, wrong, doesn't matter. The interaction should be there, otherwise, and you have to uh, press a few like buttons for me to feel encouraged, like the carrot for the donkey. Let me know, give me the answers, and don't worry about the answers being right or wrong. All right, you will get them right. All right, start. Most of the students say grammar is not important because cat doesn't ask grammar questions. But if you have a good, your knowledge of grammar is good, your overall, the way you speak, the way you write, and the way you understand the language becomes better. So you, if your grammar is good, you suddenly start doing better in cat varc, you start doing better in parajumbles, you start doing better in um, summary. Grammar and vocabulary are a must, even if there are no direct questions in CAT. Now, all other exams except CAT, they have questions for grammar. And the good thing about grammar is either you know the question or you don't. So it's a huge score booster. You can answer 10 questions in 2 minutes and move on. All right, it's the building block of every language. So if you have a strong foundation in grammar, you can master any aptitude test except cat. Every other management entrance exam tests your grammar, so you have to be good at it. After cat, there is a writing ability test, a written ability test called WAT. And if your English is good, if your grammar is correct, you write good essays, you make a good impression, and suddenly you find yourself, you don't lose, you can convert a call into a seat rather than losing it because of a badly written essay. So yes, grammar is important, and we'll try to learn grammar in a fun way so that you understand it, enjoy it, and not be scared of it. All right, articles are the three most troublesome words in the English language: a, an, and the. Your teacher in school, fourth grade, fifth grade, whenever you started learning articles, must have told you a and an are called indefinite articles, the is called the definite article. Why is it called the definite article? A and an refer to either one or things in general, while the refers to a specific thing. Therefore, the is called the definite article. Now, there are rules. We will learn the rules through the exercises. I want you to answer the questions along with me. All right? Okay, let's start. He said he prefers to ride dash horse for dash hour rather than ride a bike. What are the articles I'm looking for? Option A and A, B, an and C, A and D, and A. What am I looking at? He said, so basically he's expressed his preference. horse riding for 1 hour rather than riding a bike, going on a bike. So, what is the option I'm looking at? Here, is he the person, whoever has made the statement, is he talking about a particular horse that he wants to ride? No. So the any horse, one horse, a horse, any horse. Therefore, the first option, first blank will be a horse. Now, the rule for using, what's the difference between a and an and the? I told you this is called indefinite article, this is called definite article. Now, the difference between a and an is the sound of the word before which it is used. Horse, the H is hissed out, so we say horse. But in our, the H is silent. Words which start with a vowel sound of A, E, I, O, U, take an before it. Words which start with consonant sounds, we use a before it. So here in our, the H is silent. So the word starts with an O sound, R. Therefore, you use an here. So the correct answer will be option C, A and an. All right, Dhwani, before our, you don't use a, you use an. Because though R starts with H, we don't say hour. H is silent, right? So the vowel sound is important, not the vowel itself or the consonant itself. It's the way you spell out, say the word, articulate the word. That is important. All right, understood why it is C, all of you? All right, next one. You've gone and you say, oh, somebody has painted there's a beautiful painting there on the wall, and somebody asks you, what is the painting about, and you're describing the painting to somebody. What would you say? The painting depicted dash black cow in dash field full of grass. A, both places, a and the and the, or a and no other word required. A, B, C, or D? Which is the right option? Quickly key in your answers. Indefinite articles, a and an, are used in a very general sense. When you're talking about there is a student waiting for you, either you mean one student or some student. Got it? So here, this is a painting. All right, I can't draw, so I will not draw. The painting had one black cow, and the setting was a field. All right, some field, somewhere. So this is a very general statement describing the painting. Therefore, you will say the painting depicted a black cow in a field full of grass. All right. Now, after this, if I'm saying, and if I say something else, I'll say the field, okay, had some other structures in it too. The second time, now you know which field I'm talking about. The field that was there in the painting. Good, Dhwani. 6. C, not C. The and the nahi. The black cow, if we say. So if I say I have, okay, the is used when you are using it with when you are talking of something specific. Okay, let's say I'll say there is a field, उसमें एक काला, there is one black cow. So I'll say there is a black cow. Okay, the cow, abhi I've already referred to the cow, a black cow. Now I'll tell you more information about the cow. Then I'll say the cow was grazing in the field. Here, why am I saying the? Because I've already mentioned the cow. Now, when I say which cow am I talking about? The black cow that you mentioned in the earlier sentence. The first time when you mention it, ek गाय था, some field. So you'll say a black cow in a field full of grass. All right, clear? Now let's look at so the correct answer is A. Let's look at question 3. Now think of this carefully. There is a policeman patrolling a street. He's standing there and suddenly he sees a man swinging from left to right and he doesn't know why. Then he realizes this man is drunk. Okay, so how would you answer that? Give me the answers. Doesn't matter if it's wrong, answer the question. Whatever sounds correct, you learn like that. I see six students attending the session and I got an answer only from Dhwani. When are you all going to answer the questions? The policeman saw a drunk man lurching down a street. A drunk man lurching down the street. The policeman saw drunk man lurching down street. No word required. What is it? Here, remember the rule is whenever you are using a noun which can be counted, as in a noun which can be expressed, good Saurav, expressed as a number, whenever you are using a singular noun, you have to use a, an, or the before it. What do you use depends on the circumstance. So here, both the nouns, man, 4 men, 5 men, you can count, street, you can express as a number. Both these, therefore, require an article, right? So, what did he see? He saw a drunk man. Now, why is this the street? Why didn't I say a street? Saurav got the answer right. He said it's B. Now, next question. Why didn't he say us? Why didn't we say the policeman saw a drunk man lurching down a street? Some street. No, no, no. The policeman is patrolling the particular street. He saw the man on the street where he was standing. So we know which street it's specified. The street where the policeman was standing. Therefore, you use the there. Clear? So, a drunk man lurching down the street. All right? They are easy. When they're expressed as a rule, they suddenly sound difficult. But articles, uh, next time when you read the newspaper, just say, okay, I'm going to notice how many articles are being used here, prepositions being used here. You'll be surprised. I will do an exercise with prepositions once articles are done. Today we're doing a short overview of articles and prepositions. All right, again, think of the intended meaning. Am I talking about snake, garden in general or in particular? First time, there are two blanks. There was dash snake in my garden. The reptile protection squad caught dash snake. What is the answer I want? Oh, I'm seeing ah, four. I'm seeing two answers for C. All right. How will I get this out? The votes out of the. Okay. C. All of you C. Fantastic. A snake. A snake. One snake. And what happened? That particular snake was caught by the reptile squad. Excellent. Okay. All right. Next. This, whenever you're referring to, you finish answering the question and then I'll tell you the rule. Please give me the question number so it's easier. Sakshi, Hari Krishna, Saurabh, Dhwani, good. All right. Now I'm all encouraged. So many answers, good. All right. Dash one-horned rhinoceros is dash endangered species. Don't be afraid to make a mistake. No minus marking in my class. If you get it right, I'll be delighted, of course. You use articles or may not use articles to describe a class of things. All right. So, when we are talking about one horned rhinoceros, am I talking of one rhinoceros or am I talking of the entire species? I can use this to mean the entire class or species, which is the one horned rhinoceros. When I do that, I have to use the. The cheetah is an endangered species. The, okay, because I'm not talking about one rhino, I'm talking of the entire class. Therefore, I will use the here, and here I have to use an because endangered starts with E, which is a vowel. Therefore, I use an here. All right. I don't remember if I've done the MPMLA question. If I haven't, once the uh, questions are done, then I'll give you some more. All right. Excellent. I bought two instruments. Okay. One was violin, one was a ukulele. So what will I say? An, the. Question six. Question six. All right. Here we come to the sound, right? Umbrella, unicorn, university. Is there a difference between the way you pronounce this and the way you pronounce this? Umbrella is the vowel sound of U. But when you say unicorn, aren't you saying this? U. When you're saying university, aren't you saying this? University. So should I say a or an? There is a it is a big university, not an. So I bought one violin and one ukulele, and both will take a, not an, because here the sound, though it is a vowel, the sound is U and Y is a consonant. An umbrella, but a unicorn, a university, a European. Okay? All right. Next. I can play guitar, a guitar, the guitar, both, or one of either of them. What should I say? Seven. Earlier example we saw, what did we say? I bought a violin and a guitar. I can play a guitar, I can play the guitar, both are correct. Or I should I say I can play guitar? What do you think is the correct answer for seven? All right, three rules we will recap. One, is guitar countable? Can you express its plural by adding an s? Yes. So it's a countable noun. Correct? I need to use before a single countable noun. It's single, it's in the singular. Before, whenever you express any single countable noun, you have to use an article. Which one depends on the situation. All right. So here you shouldn't say I can play guitar, my father farmer, my father teacher, I am engineer. You shouldn't say that. You have to, when you describe a profession, because the profession that you are saying, doctor, engineer, whatever, it's a single countable noun. So you have to use an article before it. So I'm an engineer, my friend is a doctor, somebody else is a dancer, an artist. You have to say. All right. A guitar is one specific instrument, but here you can play the instrument that is called the guitar. So we normally use the before any musical instrument when you're talking in terms of your ability to play it. The sound of a guitar is better than that of a violin, or I prefer the sound of a guitar to the violin. The guitar means the instrument. Any guitar you give me, I can play it, not just one which I own. Therefore, I can play the guitar, the violin, the telephone. All right, so the correct answer is B. No article required cannot be the answer. A guitar is not the answer, but we need an article before it. You are saying the instrument I can play. Any guitar I can play. You give me your guitar, I'll play it. Of course, there are variations, but all right. So the guitar. Okay, clear. All right. Next. So books have been written about women not being good. Um, I will not use the preposition because I've given the question. They cannot read maps. They are not good at directions. Maths, they can't do. All these are myths. So, how will I express that? Question 8. Is it A, B, C, or D? No word required. Like it's myth that women are not good with maps. It's myth that the women are not good with the maps. It's a myth that women are not good with maps, or it's a myth that the women are not good with the maps. What is the correct answer? Priyanshu thinks it is B. Correct. Sakshi thinks it's a myth that women are not good with maps. Is it 8 answer? Okay. Next rule. When you're talking about uh, nouns in general, in plural, when you're talking about nouns, plural nouns in general, you don't use articles. So here, are we talking about women in general? We're talking of women in general, so it doesn't need any article. Similarly, we are talking about, are we talking of a particular map of physical map, political map? No, maps in general. Plural nouns, when you're referring to them in general, the thing that we call maps, the thing, women maps. So it is a myth that women, men, women, generally you don't use the men, the. When do you use the women? The women who were protesting outside have now left. Okay. When you are referring to a specific group, that you and I know what you're talking about. Otherwise, you're talking about women in general here. Right? So it's a myth that women are not good with maths. No the there. We in India overuse the. We use it too much. Okay. All right. Next. Same. Plural nouns, dogs and cats, do you need to use the or not? Think of the rule and apply it and see if this works. Are we talking about particular dogs? Are we talking about dogs in general? Koi bhi kutta. Kutte in general and cats in general. Then do I need a preposition? Do I need an article or not? Ask yourself and then put it. Question 9. The same rule as question 8. The same rule as question 8. Plural nouns mentioned in general do not take any article before it. So dogs are better as pets than cats. If you're a cat person, you can reverse the statement. Cats are easier to look after, right, as pets than dogs. So no word required. Answer is D. All right, all of you clear? Good. Next. He is member of parliament and his wife is MLA. Question 10. He is member of parliament and his wife is MLA. A an, a, the, or both those. Again, member of parliament and MLA both are single countable nouns. We have to use an article before it. We are saying before professions, you have to use an article, and generally we use a, right? Member of parliament is a, but MLA, the pronunciation is an MLA. I want to do my master's. I have a master's in business administration, which means I am an MBA. I have an MBA. So his wife is an MLA. So the correct answer is A. He's a member of parliament, his wife is an MLA. This is a fun way of doing articles. I also want to solve it this way. We'll learn the rules, we'll solve the questions every day, half an hour, and we'll finish the entire Ren and Martin. Maybe it will take 2 months, but doesn't matter. All right, good. 10A, most of you see nahi hai. The MLA of this region. But you can't say the MLA. Okay? All right. Question 11. Question 11. I love dash music, especially dash music of Beethoven. No word required, no word required. The, both places, the, or neither place requires an. Sakshi gave her answer very quickly. Where are the others? All right, music, uncountable noun mentioned in a general sense. Don't use any article, but we are referring to a particular kind of music. So it is the music of the 90s, the 60s, whatever you say. All right, that is fine. Perfect. Let's go to the next. All right, now so just remember the rule with articles is before nouns which you can express as a number whose plural takes an S, you have to use an article. Now then after that, so you say, okay, I have to use an article. There are some cases where you don't use articles, right? Before proper nouns, you don't use articles. Before names of countries, you don't use articles. But if that name of the country is a big compound word, the United Kingdom, the United States of America, those kind of countries, we use uh, the. Before geographical entities, we use the names of oceans, names of seas, names of rivers, you use the. So once you decide, okay, I have to use an article, then you have to ask yourself, what article do I want to use? If I'm talking of the single countable noun as one entity, one element, one, if I want to use substitute one, a kilo, an apple, right? One apple. So then you use a or an. Difference between a and an, the sound of the word. If it has a vowel sound, any word other than a, any letter other than a, e, I, o, u is a consonant. So if it's a consonant sound, use a. If it's a vowel sound, if it has sound of a, e, I, o, u, then use an. Those are the only things you need to remember. But the rule of the single countable noun will keep you out of trouble. Plural nouns mentioned in general, no article is required. Specifically, when you're talking of a group or something which has already been mentioned before, use the. All right, easy. In 5 rules, we've covered articles. Now, just read this and see how many. I've underlined all the prepositions. Maybe I might have missed some, but just see how prepositions are used in sentences and what is their function. Germany was the site of one of the first outbreaks of dancing mania, a phenomenon seen primarily in mainland Europe between the 14th and 17th centuries. During such outbreaks, groups of up to 1,000 people, Thousands of people would dance uncontrollably, screaming, shouting, and claiming to have visions until they collapsed from exhaustion. At, on, in, to, for, of, between, during. All these are prepositions. Why we call them prepositions? Because they are used in front of a noun or a noun equivalent to show the connection of the noun or the noun equivalent, means noun or a pronoun, to other parts of the sentence. So if I say I, prepositions you often confuse with conjunctions. It's okay, when we do other parts of speech I'll tell you, but just remember a conjunction is like that ad of one of those quick fix or something, mends everything except broken hearts kind of a thing. A conjunction only joins. It's like a glue. Two equal, two words, two phrases, two clauses, both sides of the conjunction have to be balanced. But a preposition plays a part. It shows you the relationship. So for example, if I say I live in Bangalore, it's different from I live near Bangalore. One will take me an hour to go to office, another will take me forever to go to office. So in, near, in, on, at, or this pencil is on the table, the pencil is under the table. So this, in, on, under show you the difference, the relationship between Bangalore and me, between the pencil and the table. That is the function of a preposition. Now, the biggest problem we face with prepositions is when to use a preposition, when not to use a preposition, and the third one, of course, if I have to use a preposition, which one to use. Unlike articles, prepositions, for every rule there is an exception. So most of the and Xavier's aptitude test, there are lots, at least two questions. They give you 6 sentences and they ask you choose the three which are either correct or incorrect. And all the questions generally are based on preposition usage only. NMAT gives you a lot of questions on preposition usage. MHCET, lot of questions on preposition usage. The biggest problem that students have is when I think about it, I don't know which one, because I sometimes feel this may be correct, more correct than the other one. Play it by ear. If your reading is good, if you're conversant with the language, you won't have a problem. Otherwise, what we'll do now is we'll do some of the troublesome prepositions. Okay, so you know some of the rules. But like I said, I can tell you what preposition is correct in a particular sentence, but I can't tell you why in many cases. It's like that. The usage of prepositions is what is called idiomatic. It's part of the language. There are no great rules about it. Still, we'll try to follow some rules and make life simpler for you. All right, let's start this one. The average working week consists in, with, of, or OFF of. There are two offs, right? We often get confused between OF and OFF. Sometimes we use C instead of D, D instead of C. So which one do I want? Is it off, with, in, which one? Question 12. Give me the question number. All right. Of, OF, only one F. All right. Everyone congratulated the Prime Minister dash his success in the elections. In, on, for, or from. Everyone congratulated the Prime Minister in, on, for, or from his success in the elections. A, B, C, or D. That is the Indian usage. Most of us say for, but the correct usage is what have I done? Is on. You congratulate someone on their success. All right, all of you. On, not for. On slash for nahi hoga. It's only on. All right. I saw six people seated in the dining table, on the dining table, at the dining table, or no preposition required, in which case mark D or X. You're entering the room and you see there's a dining table and six people are sitting. Ravi Teja says it's at. What about the rest? At, on, in, or nothing. Question 14. People are sitting. इन तो नहीं होगा, डाइनिंग टेबल के अंदर तो नहीं बैठेंगे. On means on top of the dining table. We don't sit on top of the table. We sit at the desk or at the table. So the correct answer is C. All right. Okay. Next one. This it's preferred usage. Sometimes you see 10 versions. Most students seem to prefer what Quora says on this, and the people who are answering, the answer is only as good as that. So I've seen lots of answers variation. I'll tell you the preferred version, which one is accepted as the correct one by Oxford English and Cambridge English, both the grammar books. All right. This version is different from the one I watched earlier, than the one I watched earlier, to the one I watched earlier, or with the one I watched earlier. You watched a movie and then you see another movie and you say, "Hey, this is different." Same movie is made in the 60s, there's a version, 80s, there's a version. So you'll say different. Ravi Teja thinks it's from. What about the others? From, than, both are correct. I didn't give that option. With, to. All right. This is the preferred one, different from that. All right. Next. There is a rule, and for every rule, there is an exception. So when you ask me, what is this? Why can't I use this preposition here? I'll say, well, generally we use this, but this is an exception, dash the rule. What is the word I use? Of the rule, exception of the rule, exception to the rule, exception for the rule, or exception from the rule. Of, to, for, or from, A, B, C, or D. This must be an exception, dash the rule. Okay, Adi got it right. The correct option, the correct word is exception to the rule. With the suppose you're saying everyone passed except one person, the awkward construction is with the exception of this person, but an exception to the rule. All right, that's the use. So correct answer is B. All right. They tell you use a black pen, blue pen, black and blue pen. So most application forms ask you to fill up your name and something else, dash a pen, and the rest OMR sheet, dash a pencil. Now it's all online, but if it's a paper based test, fill in the application form, dash a black pen. What is the preposition to be used? In, on, from. Huh? Oh, no, 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 no. This is wrong. Okay, I gave the game away. I gave, no, 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 no. All of them are wrong. Okay. The correct answer is with. Wrong. I don't know how that happened. Sorry. With. Okay, not this. I don't know how that happened. Anyway, all right. Days, dates, there are particular prepositions to be used. For time, you use one preposition. For days and dates, you use one preposition. For years, months, seasons, you use a different preposition. Not by. It was filled by a person, but the instrument that you use is with. Somebody hit somebody with a stick. So fill the application form with a black pen. Okay. With, I don't know how I got that. I when I'm making options, sometimes. All right. For days, you use, okay, remember, at is for a particular, wait, let me see, where did the, half the time I'm searching for where did the pen go. All right. At is used for a particular point of time. On is used for days and dates. All right. And in is used for years and months and seasons and all that. So the interview is on June 25th at 3 p.m. In a sentence, if you're talking about your birth date, you always don't have to use all the prepositions. But here, this order, you can. Okay, so the correct answer is C, on June 25th at 3 p.m. All right. That question, last year was it? Yeah, this was asked last year. While entering dash the building, he saw the statue of Mahatma Gandhi. Into, in, two separately, or nothing. What is the correct answer for 19? Give me the question number, all right? Hari Krishna, give me the question number. While entering into the building, in the building, to the building, or nothing. What do I need for 19? Adi thinks it's D, no preposition is required. Hari also thinks it's D, no preposition required. Into nahi hoga. Why? Entering means getting into. So while entering the building, excellent, answer is D. All right. This is a repetition. I don't know how. No, this is not a repetition. The exam will begin at 2:30 p.m. in or from 2:30 p.m. on, in or from 2:30 p.m. What will I say for 20? 2 hour exam. So should I say at, on, in, or from? Hari thinks it's 2:30 to 4:30. So should I say at 2:30 or should I say from 2:30? I'm just asking. I'm not saying it's correct. I'm just asking. Time is at, okay. Remember, from you use when you mention both, from 2:30 to 4:30, to, till, until, whatever, then you use from, otherwise you use at. Good. Ranbir Kapoor is married with Alia Bhatt, to Alia Bhatt, both A and B, or neither A nor B. 21. Ranbir Kapoor is married with, two, or both are correct. I'm only seeing one answer so far. Okay. You're married to somebody. Okay. All right. So answer is B. I've been working on this Not C, not C. Okay. Married to, not with. Okay. Because in Hindi or in our Indian languages, the word we use is with, saath. So you think it is with, but it is to. All right, 22. I've been working on this project for 3 months, since 3 months, from 3 months, or all are correct. Cricket live matches. Okay. Uh, all right. Why not since? Adi, why not since? I've got two answers, A and B so far. All right, listen. When you are mentioning how much time it is for, when you're mentioning only the starting point, so here the answer is for 3 months. I have taught, I've been teaching for 45 minutes. Ho gaya, YT. All right. Since you use only when you mention the starting point of the action. So since January. All right. From January to or till March. Now tell me what is the answer to 23. I have been learning music dash January for 3 months. Right? When you give the amount of time, the time period when you express the extent, then you use for. When you are mentioning only the starting point when an action started and you assume it's relevant even now, what is the word you use? Then what's the preposition you use? You use since January, since this morning, means from the morning till now it is relevant. All right. All right, next. The boss accused her employee dash stealing information. The boss accused her employee dash stealing information. She was scolded or fired for stealing information. But accused, here the guiding word is accused. You're accusing somebody of doing something. Of. Okay? I scolded her for doing this, but I accused her of doing this. So here the main word is accused of stealing information. All right, all right. We got five more questions quickly. The manager discussed dash the issue dash the employee concerned, about the issue with the employee concerned, about the issue about the employee concerned, neither, or discuss the issue with the employee concerned. 25. The manager discussed dash the issue dash the employee concerned. Adi, read the sentence properly if C is used. Discussed the issue, discussed about नहीं होगा, so discussed के बाद you don't use any preposition but with. Okay, discuss the issue, we always say discuss about, which is wrong. All right, so this is a case where preposition should not be used, right? 26. The government is committed dash providing people dash food. The government is committed dash providing people dash food. I'm giving you commonly used prepositional phrases, commonly used ones. Like, what do you say? Committed to, for. The government is committed to providing people with food, right? So the correct answer is A. Committed to doing this. All right. I am good, or he is good at playing the piano, or in playing the piano, or both. He is good in playing the piano or at playing the piano, or both are correct. You are good at something. So the correct answer is B. I enjoy traveling in train, on train, by train. What's the correct answer? I enjoy traveling. When you describe a mode of transport, what do you use? Mode of transport. How you like to travel? In, on, or by? By. Okay. When you're describing a mode of transport, except, oh, this is red. Okay, I forgot. Her writing, her handwriting is superior dash her sister's. Anybody's handwriting will be superior dash mine. Doesn't help that the pen tablet makes it a little more difficult. Superior, then, than, to, from. All right, superior to something. Last question. We've done this before, so now you will know. Stealing sentence, you know. Now you tell me the same thing. Use it here also. The same thing. She was accused of high treason. So she is sorry. All right. Prepositions time. Next time when we do prepositions, after one round we'll do place, uh, tricky prepositions, okay, and commonly used prepositional phrases. All right. Um, Today we are going way beyond our time, so I cannot take your doubts. But other days you can ask me any doubts related to this lesson. All right. So I will be seeing you again on weekdays 8:30, any one of the days, and 1 o'clock on Saturday. All right. So Tuesday 8:30 and Saturday 1 o'clock. All right. Many were, abhi many were that questions. I broke them up. That gives 6 questions and asks you to pick out 3 correct or incorrect ones. What I did was I made it into 6 questions and thanked that from the bottom of my heart. All right. All right. I hope you enjoyed the session. If you did, do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And I will see you very soon.